Welcome to today's talk with Erica. I'm Erica Del Sordo. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link to all of my audio and video podcasts can be found in the About or Info section on all of my podcast platforms. Here with me today is a gentleman who knew prior to the pandemic that greenhouses are the future for households across the country and beyond. Him and a couple of friends from different industry backgrounds who were pretty much fed up with the corporate industry and corporate structure decided to go out on their own and offer a service building commercial industrial greenhouses for growers, researchers, and schools. Now, they incorporated in November 2019 and immediately started bidding jobs from different manufacturers. In February, as they finished a job in North Carolina, this COVID-19 pandemic and ensuing lockdown started. It was then that they all decided that they had to change gears and began to move the focus to the residential side of the market. The service they offer through the residential side of the business helps people be more self-sufficient and, with practice, grow better quality food than is available at stores. Now, they offer turnkey setups with seed starter packages so that customers can get started growing as soon as the installation is complete. And while they're still building the commercial greenhouses, they have really seen a big jump in interest in the residential side as people are realizing how fragile the food supply chain really is. One of the men who came up with this magnificent idea is here with me today, Courtnay Clayton. Welcome. Hi.
Hey there.
So tell me, you're welcome. Tell me though, how did this all of a sudden, it's like a light bulb went off kind of, right? And you guys thought this is a big industry. And then we get this coronavirus and it's really going to be an even bigger industry because people are realizing this is very important to grow your own stuff.
Yeah, the kind of my personal experience with it was just basically going to the grocery store, you know, when all this started, and you could see the bare shelves and you know, and just things like that. And while we had, like I said, already been building greenhouses on a larger scale, we kind of got together, you know, and said, look, we feel like, you know, people are gonna have an interest in being self-sufficient and being able to provide for their families, you know, at home, right there in their backyard. And since we're already geared up and, you know, tooled up to build these things, we can just kind of reduce the scale of them. And here we are. We started marketing that and have seen quite a bit of interest in it. And, you know, we're off and running at this point.
That's fantastic because it's not just local, of course, and we're in North Florida, but you guys are traveling across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Right.
And what's the name of the company?
Century22Ag, Century22Ag.com. Like our office is right here in Lake City, Florida. And yep, that's it.
Okay. Okay. We were talking earlier about how greenhouses really in the US are not a big thing. You know, it's thought more so of a commercial business, but even that is only 0.2% of what the US is seeing in the vegetable growing greenhouse industry. And globally though, and I was reading more so in Spain, and you were mentioning, where else is it really big in the
Netherlands?
The Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
The Netherlands. And that is it about $120 billion of an industry?
It's very, very big industry over there. Most of our agriculture in the United States is still done, you know, in the ground. But a lot of those European countries have really put a lot of energy and a lot of research into mass producing in greenhouses.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a better way to do it. It's a completely controlled environment. You know, what we have a lot of in the U.S., we have a lot of seedling production in the greenhouses. Meaning, like if you go to the garden center and buy some tomato plants or, you know, eggplants or something like that to plant in your garden, most of those were germinated in a greenhouse. A lot of tomatoes are produced in the U.S. greenhouses, and with the rise in the medical marijuana and the hemp production, you see quite a bit of that going on right now too. the research and the dollars being put into that is it's pretty crazy.
I'm
Right.
sure. I'm sure. You know what? We have some images, and if anyone's listening out there, you can visit my YouTube channel. And of course, again, all of those links can be found in the About section on all of my podcast platforms. But I do want to mention that we do have some footage, and I'd like to show that because it shows the inception of you guys building these things and what you go through. Let me bring that up real quickly here. Let's see here. And we can start with this fantastic photo. Now, who am I looking at? Is this you? Is this your business partners? Who's
Okay,
doing it?
the guy inside the house is one of our partners, and the guy standing outside of the house there is one of our employees. And what that actually was, that was a move. So that greenhouse had been built, I think, about 3 years ago, and that's on a school grounds up in Houston County, Georgia.
Okay.
And so they wanted us to tear it down and move it to make room for some portable classrooms. So what you see there is the new slab, the new concrete slab that we poured, and that's basically the framework, all the galvanized steel framework that is put back into place there, and it's getting ready at that point to go back on with a polycarbonate and get the inside ready to go.
Okay. Is this the same one that you're working on?
Same one. Yep.
Okay.
And that was that's the roofing process there. We're putting the roof panels back on.
Ah, okay.
That's
Very nice.
so the guy at the top of that picture there, that's my other business partner there. That's Calvin.
We'll go back. Okay. The gentleman with the hair hanging out of the hat.
That's him.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Fantastic. And then we've got the finished product.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's
All right. I see here. There's your business partner.
Yep, that's Calvin. So that was the beginning stage of that. That's we were grading the area there where they had brought that gravel in for us to relocate it to. So we're on the tractor there grading that thing, getting ready to form up for the slab there, so we can get the concrete poured and get ready to move it.
Okay. And then there's more just pictures of you
That's
guys grading it. Okay.
There is the concrete going in, and the rest of it, like that one, is just a view of the inside of it from basically the same stage as the first picture you had.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that one is in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Okay.
And that's the basically the structure of one of them that we did up there. And if you'll notice on that one, you see those big concrete vats off to the right side of the picture.
Yes.
I'll explain that one to you. That's actually the end stage of a wastewater treatment facility, and that's the first one of those ever built in an industrial setting.
Wow.
We did that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's up at the Cummins diesel engine plant in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Okay. Wow. All right. That's quite the image. Is this the same or no?
Same one. That's the North Carolina job.
Okay. Okay.
And those are just
working pictures. A lot of work goes into these. I mean, this is hands-on. You guys are hands-on with this.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this is almost complete, I presume. And then
it's getting pretty close in those pictures. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's the side is just about finished in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This looks good. Yeah. Very nice.
Looking down on the roof, there's Calvin again. So right there, that one, we're installing the motor to run the motorized roof vent on that. So that's a way to let heat out of them when it builds up. When the heat builds up in there. And that's the same thing there. We're timing the motor. If you notice, we're sitting on a catwalk there. See the wooden boards that are running through the rafters.
That's awesome. That's gotta be fun for you, daredevil.
Oh yeah.
All right. So okay, then we've got these images just of you guys are basically working through.
Yep.
It's almost complete. You've got a you've got a finished product coming up, and here it is.
Okay, that one is one of the residential size houses there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the models that we offer, and that one is as well.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah,
going to come
so
back to
if
it.
you look at those, you can see that they're pretty well the same quality. I mean, the design and the assembly of them is really close to the same as the big industrial ones. They're just on a smaller scale.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, of course, I've got a question that I think many people are probably asking.
Mhm.
Can I afford this? You know, a commercial one you're expecting. I don't know what those are, and if you want to give some figures out, but you know, can the household of four put a greenhouse in the back and have it be affordable?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can set them up to the price range is pretty big. We happen to offer financing here too. So yeah, we can finance them for you. Yep. Yeah, it's a lot more affordable than you would think.
Okay, and I'm sure the
And
return, because you're not purchasing that
absolutely.
in stores, and that's a huge part of it as well.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. And then, like I said, you guys are doing this all over the place. Now, how many folks do you have working on this? How many people go out? Do you physically send to a work site?
Depending on the size of the job. I mean, we will run as many as 6 guys on a on a big job, but like if we come put one at your house, probably 2 or 3 guys. But
Okay.
on the bigger ones, we have run as many as 6 guys before, and you got equipment and tractors and lifts and stuff going. So
All right. So walk me through, because of course we ran through already the things, and I know you mentioned this, the things you can put in there, but I guess let folks know, considering a lot of people after this pandemic are realizing, hey, I don't want to go to the store. Maybe I don't have to go to the store. Maybe some people don't want to raise chickens. So you've got to still go to the store to buy your chicken and your red meat. But what else can they grow? What are some of the things that can sustain them should we have another pandemic that sticks us in our houses and we can't go out?
one of the things that one of the systems that's available for these things is we have aquaponics set up
Oh,
for them. So, you know, you can grow protein in them at the same time too, and meaning fish mainly.
okay.
So tilapia and catfish both very high nutritional value fish, and you grow them in your greenhouse, and the waste from the fish cycles through right into your vegetables and acts as fertilizer, and it's a pretty neat setup, the
Wow.
aquaponics, and at that point you are completely self-sufficient. And you got your
That's
protein, you
impressive.
got your vegetables, you got everything you need right there. You just go out to the backyard and get what you need out of your house.
That is truly impressive. That really is. I mean, I would tell everyone, you've got to get one of these.
Right.
I want one. That's really impressive. So what's the different sizes that you would offer? What are different sizes?
Depending on the size of your family, basically how many, and obviously available space. you know a lot of this, people are putting them in their backyards, whether you're in a neighborhood or whatever it is. Available space is going to be one of the limiting factors. But the amount of people you're trying to take care of out of this thing too is a big one. One of the common ones we run, like a 10 by 12 or a 10 by 14, something like that. You can pretty easily handle a family of 4 out of a 10 by 12, and
Okay.
have something. Once you get it up and going and get your rotation set right. I mean, at any just at any time, go out there and get what you need.
Okay. It kind of answers the question then of, why is this so important for people to have? And again, I know that this pandemic pushed you guys back in building at a few jobs, is that right? But at the same time, I mean, I think so many people are realizing this is where we need to be. Greenhouses are the answer.
It
Um,
pushed it pushed the big jobs back, but it opened the door for the little ones, for the
exactly.
residential stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I mean, how many phone calls are you getting? How has this really affected the business right now?
The interest has been really, really huge. It's like I said, everybody is kind of on edge and nervous about this stuff. And once again, like you said in the intro, you know, I think people are starting to realize how fragile the food supply chain really is. And it can be a pretty scary thing if you walk in the store and all the shelves are bare.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have anything saved up at home. Well, we'd really love to provide you an option where that doesn't really affect you and your family.
Right. Now, and you said you have the seed starter kits and everything, so folks can
Mm-hmm.
already have, they don't need to go out. You provide all of that for them.
Oh no, yeah, yep. We come, we come set one up at your house, and it is ready to go when we leave. We'll even show you how to get everything started and set up, and then at that point we're always available for answer questions or any of that.
Wow. This really is the future, and it's really what everyone needs. What do you project the future holds for this? Where do you see this going?
Well, right now we're seeing some of the manufacturers are having trouble keeping up with the demand for these little ones. And we're what, 2 months into this thing, 3 months into this thing. So I feel like we're fixing to have a push that will sustain, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we can set them up even to run off of solar. I mean, you're not dependent on anyone. You can completely self-sustain with the right setup.
Well, I'm happy you
I think the
actually mentioned.
value of that is becoming more and more evident.
Yeah, I did not know about the solar option. That's
Mhm.
fantastic, because I'm sure people are wondering, okay, so this saves money in this area. It's going to cost me money in this area. That's a huge savings as well.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. And those are, is that with every single one of them a solar panel
Well,
comes, or
it's
how
an
does that work?
option with every one of them for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
much like buying a car. Options with them are pretty much endless. So
Mhm.
if you were wanting to come set one up, the initial conversation would be we would establish what size, how much room you have, how many people you're trying to sustain off of this thing, and then you start running through options on how to set it up. And a lot of that depends on budget and also time to take care of it, because we can set up smart houses that essentially run themselves if you're working, or you pull up the app on your phone and check the temperature in there and open the roof vent, or whatever it is.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I
Very
like
cool
that.
thing.
You can customize your own greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. It
Sure
really
can
is.
do
That
it
really is the
however you want.
future. However you want it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That really is the future of how things are going. So maybe that, that figure I was mentioning, the 0.2% that's in the US, that data supplies, um, maybe it's going to be something that's just huge coming up soon. We're going to surpass the Netherlands. And I see that happening. I think a pandemic, given at this time in 2020, it shows a lot of people that they can't depend on. And while the grocery stores are doing a fabulous job, I don't want to knock that. And of
Right.
course, you can't grow toilet paper in your backyard.
Right.
This is something that everyone needs to think about, really think about.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Um, we tend to take for granted that you can just run out and pick something up, and then then we get to times like these and we realize, oh, just one little kink in the chain there, and kind of disrupts everything. And also there's the health values of all of it too. I mean, the better nutrition that comes from growing your own. And if you go out to your house and you pick some squash and some tomatoes that you've grown, there's no question of what kind of pesticides or what anything else has been put in this. There's no question of any, less than desirable fertilizers run through it. I mean, if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But exactly what is, what's went into that. Like the seeds that we provide, we buy everything's non-GMO, organic certified, you know, so it's the quality and the nutrition value out of it also is better than what you can just go pick up off the shelf. When you
Yeah.
don't mass produce it, you can spend more time focusing on the quality of it.
That's very true. And you don't have other people touching your food.
Right.
And, then you've got, some folks ordering through these, I don't want to name any, but, if you order from Publix or something and you've got
Hmm.
people, delivering to your home. Well, I don't like the quality of what they sent me. Well, no
Hmm.
problem. Grow your own in the back.
Right.
And that's what people can do. And that eliminates, other folks touching your food. And it, it just
Hmm.
eliminates a whole lot out there when you're dealing with your own food. And like you said, the pesticides, that's a big thing.
Sure.
Everyone wants to go organic. Well, this is how you start it. And it's good to
Hmm.
know that you do offer the financing with your company. Again, it's affordable. If you can't drop down, whatever it does cost to have your own greenhouse, there is financing options.
Sure.
Um, I think that's fantastic. This is something that I'm going to be thinking about. I really like this. It's the way of the future, and I really think the pandemic threw this into the arms of just the future and what people are looking for.
There's no doubt about that. Like I said, it totally shifted our focus. I mean, we were working big big jobs, big industrial jobs, and then when this happened and all that slowed down, and then like I said, it just started to realize, hey, we can help people with this. Um, and getting back to what we were talking about, like with the pesticides and all that stuff, you know, we can consult you through the whole process, the growing process, get you started and all that, even down to natural pest control. We don't even advise any sort of chemical pesticides or whatever. There are ladybugs. People don't know a lot of times you're growing something that draws aphids, tomatoes, lettuce, a lot of your vines like the squash and even some beans will draw aphids, which is a pest that eats the leaves away, therefore reducing your photosynthesis, reducing your yield. Ladybugs are a natural control for that. So instead of going and spraying your crops down with chemicals, we'll just send you a box of ladybugs and you turn them loose in your house and let them do their thing.
I think that's
And at that point,
fantastic.
you know, you're not applying any chemicals to your food.
A lot of people don't know that because I did not know that. I think ladybugs are beautiful little creatures and they're cute.
Right.
And I had no idea that they had that kind of an impact.
Hmm.
So that's fantastic to know. Okay. Okay. Any other
Yeah.
tips?
All kinds of tricks like that. I mean, like with the fertilizer even, we can set you up with a compost tub, a barrel or something like that. And then by the time you get your first cycle through your house, all your organic stuff that you throw away from home, banana peels, fruit peel, anything like that, anything compostable, just put it in your composter there. And then at that point, you're making your medium that you're going to grow your food in. And the nutrient levels in that stuff are so high that a lot of times you don't even require fertilizer. And you're controlling the environment, temperature, humidity, light availability, everything in your house. Just you're making peak growing conditions for whatever it is you're growing. And as long as you're doing that and doing that in the right way, there's not much need for chemical or commercial fertilizers as long as you're using a good medium like compost. I mean, it's really amazing how once you get going, how easy it is, and how everything has been right there at our fingertips for a long time. And it's just stuff you don't think about when you can run to the store and
Right.
grab it.
Right. Made it very easy. All that,
Mhm.
the hunting and gathering kind of went away with the grocery stores.
Right,
Yep.
right. Like you said,
This-
they've done a fantastic job, but now that you see a little bit of a slowdown in it, our hope is to be able to help people. Number one, take care of their families. But number two, learn something as well. You know, get the kids away from the computer and take them out in the greenhouse. Learn how to grow your food.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Learn what you're doing. Learn the importance of how all that stuff works. So
That is
something we've kind
fantastic.
of drifted away from, and
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's probably time to start getting back that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I 100% agree. Absolutely. That's very true. Get them off the video games and whatever else they're doing and get them outside.
Yeah, go spend
Absolutely.
some family time out there
Mm-hmm.
growing food.
Yep.
Get
I
the
think
whole
that's
gang together.
fantastic. Yeah, and it brings families together. Exactly. You're all outside and you're doing something
Hmm.
together and you're doing it for the good and you've got fresh veggies and whatever else you're growing, fresh fish,
Hmm.
that you can be doing with the family. I love that. Do you want to add
Medicine
anything
too.
else?
A lot of natural medicine
Yeah.
available. A lot of plants that have tons of medicinal value that even right here locally in North Florida, we cut down as weeds, but you know, moringa, milk thistle, aloe, all just tons of stuff. You could set yourself up a little corner in your greenhouse for that.
I love that. Thank you for even adding that. That's perfect because that's so true. So true. There's some medicinal value with, like you said, the weeds outside. Boy, are those things annoying,
Right,
but they can help.
right.
All right. Well, that's great. Where's the website again? People can find you. It's your website, your company website.
Century22Ag.com.
Okay.
All one word. Facebook, Century22Ag. Twitter, I believe it. Yeah, we're on Twitter at Century22Ag as well. So that's it. Our office is here on Ring Court in Lake City. We're available, ready to help.
I think that's perfect. I thank you for that. I'm going to put all of your links up
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Folks watching this YouTube video can see your website, and then I'll have in all of the info sections on all the podcasts, your websites, and then I'll show people where to find you on Facebook and Twitter. I know that a lot of people are probably very interested, and hopefully we can get a lot of people growing in their own backyards very soon.
Sure hope so. We'd love to be the guys to help you get set up. We
Yeah,
can certainly answer most any question you can throw at us.
I think that's fantastic. You guys rock, and it's really what a great idea. And thank you so much for getting this word out and being with me today. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to today's talk with Erica. Join me next week for another discussion with the experts who help make life easier. Please visit my website, ericadelsordo.com, where you'll find all of my social media platforms and more. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once again, thanks for listening.